Yeah, part of what's been driving the results at the moment are new cancer drug launches. That's been the story with Pfizer, Merck, and Bristol Myers. There have been new cancer immunotherapies that have come to the market in the last few months, and another breast cancer drug. And these drugs are getting pretty strong uptake in their initial launches in the market. So
why are the therapies doing so well, given that they are just so expensive?
Yeah, that's part of the story here. These drugs can be anywhere from $100,000 to $150,000 a year for patients. But at the moment, the insurers and the payers are actually paying for the drugs. So some of the big cancer centers are able to use them as some of the first new lines of therapy.
And Cynthia, we're looking at that graph on the screen. Tell us what we're looking at.
So these are the three different drugs. Keytruda and Opdivo are immunotherapies, and these are drugs that harness the immune system to help launch the attack on the tumor. And Ibrance is Pfizer's breast cancer drug, and that drug has been launched in one type of breast cancer, and it'll likely get broader approvals as the year goes on.
And as we said, look at them, all three of them over 6 figures. That is expensive. What's the outlook for these new drugs coming to the market?
Well, what's happening now is they're studying these drugs in lots of different types of tumors. So presumably what's happening now is just the very beginning, and there'll be a number of different cancers that these will be used in, and cancers where there are much bigger patient populations. So that's sort of the end goal here, is being able to take these therapies and apply them to many different patient populations in combination as well as on their own.
What about the major risks to these outlooks? What are they?
The risk is that basically these drugs compete against one another, and that the insurers get tough on pricing, and that the drug makers aren't able to charge $100,000 to $150,000 per course. But that hasn't happened yet, so we have to wait and see.
And again, for the pharmaceutical companies, the therapies keep coming out and the profits keep going up.
Yeah, they've been able to deliver so far. So the question is, how applicable is this? How many different types of patient populations can they reach into, and how long will they be able to sustain this momentum?
Cynthia, when we talk about these therapies, is there any one that some of the pharmaceutical companies are saying, you know what, this looks so promising, we might be getting close to announcing not a cure, but to give people some hope?
Really now they're looking at combination therapies, because while these drugs look really good on their own, I think what the community sees really is that once they're put together, they're going to have even better results. And so I don't think any one therapy stands out as this is the real hope for the future. I think what their investigators are looking at now is how can we team some of these drugs up to see far better results in cancers than we've ever seen before.